Now that the city's safe sleeping site has been open for about a week, how's it going? We'll hear from folks staying there.
Efforts to replace hundreds of broken streetlights downtown and what's causing them to go out.
Sheriff Martinez provides a state of our jails. Details coming up.
Crews are cleaning up local beaches and parks after the long holiday weekend.
The nation's oldest train shop, Frank the Train Man, is now in Carmen's care, along with her daughter and grandson. All aboard!
And does shutting off the AC when leaving the house really save you money? We verify. CBS 8 News, Live at 6, starts now.
It's San Diego's latest plan to get unsheltered people off the streets, but is it working? Good evening, I'm Jesse Pagan, in for Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The city of San Diego opened its first safe sleep site last week and gave reporters a tour with Mayor Todd Gloria, who touted its benefits. But today, people who have been staying there say the city is not delivering on its promises.
CBS 8's Steve Price talked with them about their concerns and has the city's reaction.
The city's new safe sleeping site has now been open for just about a week. So how's it going? Well, we checked in with a couple of people who have been staying there and got their thoughts.
Number 4 through the gate.
William Mulligan has been here since day one and appreciates the city's attempt to create a safe spot for those experiencing homelessness. And he's not alone.
Yeah, I do. A lot safer than I did out where I was at. I mean, I literally feel safer.
But now that people have been staying here for a while, they realize the city wasn't really ready for it to open when it did.
They're building the plane as they're flying it.
William says there are still no showers on site, no laundry here, and don't get him started on the bathroom situation.
There was no water in the porta potties, so if somebody used it, it was just there, stacking up.
William also says the city is providing little to no counseling to help them improve their situation. But he does praise workers from the nonprofit Dreams for Change who are operating the site. He believes they are doing a great job under difficult circumstances.
Do you feel like the city is giving them what they need to be successful?
From what I see, no. I don't know what's happening outside in their offices, but right now, no. I don't see it.
The site opened with 10 residents and has now grown to 19 in 13 tents. Eventually, it's expected to expand to 136 tents. The city's director of communications sent CBS 8 a statement saying, in part, understand that the plan was always to ramp up slowly to work out any issues since this is a brand new program. Mobile showers come to the site and people can also be transported to off-site showers at one of our other shelters. Laundry is off-site but accessible to the clients.
See, if we were less than a paycheck away from this.
William lived in North Park for more than 2 decades, but injuries from a car accident combined with the pandemic pushed the truck driver onto the streets. He's going to stick it out at the new shelter, hoping things will turn around.
I have to have a background check to haul hazardous materials and those sorts of things, and I can't get that. Lived at the corner of Walk and Don't Walk, because they won't accept the P.O. box. You have to have these things in place.
In Golden Hill, Steve Price, CBS 8.
Thank you, Steve. And San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria will be here in studio in about 10 minutes to talk about those safe sleeping sites and a ban on encampments in public areas that will kick into effect later this month.
A man is dead after a portion of a large tree fell on him. This happened around 11 this morning on Altozano Drive in El Cajon, in a neighborhood just a little west of Chaparral High School. We're told a man fell while cutting down the big tree on his property and died on the scene. We're still waiting for more details from the Heartland Fire Department or El Cajon Police. We'll have updates for you as we learn them on CBS8.com.
The city of San Diego has a backlog of thousands of streetlights to repair, but they're making progress, especially downtown where the problem is critical.
City officials say many of the lights in Gaslamp and East Village neighborhoods often get damaged or destroyed by people experiencing homelessness. CBS 8's Rosida Rafe is live with the progress the city has made so far.
That's right. City officials say so many of these historic lights go out because people are breaking into the base of the light. That's located right here. Inside this box here is wiring. People are taking the wiring in there out and using it to connect their own personal appliances. But officials say this is not only dangerous, but it also is costing the city a lot of money to fix. The city of San Diego is working to fix around 200 streetlights, many of which officials say have been vandalized by unhoused individuals.
The challenges that we've seen, particularly where there are encampments, is that people have broken into the base of the light poles and they have pulled out the wiring and they've connected various appliances and such to that wiring.
Councilmember Stephen Whitburn says in some cases, people have used the lights to connect cell phones and microwaves.
And that is not only dangerous to the individual, but it causes these lights to go out.
It costs the city between $700 to $1,100 to fix each street light.
The money that we're using to replace these street lights is part of the general fund.
A total of about 600 lights were out in the Gaslamp Quarter, East Village, and downtown neighborhoods. City crews have replaced around 400 so far since May.
One of the ways that we're prioritizing which streetlights to fix is we look at where we have issues around crime and other issues where people might feel unsafe.
To prevent the lights from getting broken into, crews are installing lock boxes around the base of the streetlight. Whitburn says, like so many other parts of downtown and surrounding areas, these lights are historic and the city wants to do the best it can to preserve them. Back to you.
Rocio, there is a big backlog. There's a lot of lights to repair. When does the city expect to be finished with those repairs?
Well, the city began work to repair these lights back in May, and they expect to finish those repairs this August. In downtown, Rocio de la Fe, CBS 8.
Thanks, Rocio. A homicide investigation is underway in Mission Beach, where a man was found beaten and stabbed to death in Bonita Cove. The body was found early this morning. Investigators say the victim appears to be a homeless man in his 40s or 50s. He's believed to have gotten into a fight with about a half dozen people in their early 20s. Police are searching for surveillance footage and are asking any witnesses to please come forward. And in Spring Valley, sheriff's deputies are investigating a deadly shooting. It happened just after 10 last night on Central Avenue, just south of Troy Street. We still don't know what led up to the shooting or if any arrests have been made. We're working to learn more, and we'll have the latest updates online at CBS8.com.
This morning, San Diego County Sheriff Kelly Martinez gave an update on the state of our jails. The department has faced criticism over the number of in-custody deaths. CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes is live from the sheriff's headquarters tonight in Kearney Mesa with everything she's learned today. Kirsten?
Yeah, some of those updates include upgrades to the sheriff's inmate intake system. Now they're going to start urine sampling for all inmates upon arrival, so they'll know exactly what's in their system when they get there. Before this, the sheriff says staff at the jails would just look at an inmate's physical appearance and make an assessment that way, and that left a lot of room for error. Critics say that they want to see more done.
2 lives lost in 3 days. I mean, again, how many lives need to be lost to hold a special meeting? Just do your job right.
Sabrina Weddle's brother, Saxon Rodriguez, died in custody in San Diego County Jail in July of 2021. Sabrina has been speaking out at protests against in-custody jail deaths ever since. Wednesday morning, Sheriff Kelly Martinez and San Diego County Sheriff's deputies announced advancements in their processes to streamline operations behind bars to fight in-custody deaths and overdoses.
People who come into our custody are not always in the best of medical and mental health conditions, so that's really our focus. But nobody wants anyone to die in custody.
Chief Medical Officer John Montgomery says SureScripts, a digital prescription record keeper for healthcare providers, will be able to help make sure inmates are not waiting for life-saving medication.
There's the ability to identify what medications that have already been prescribed in the community setting. How many people really remember what medications they're on? Is that frequently in the elderly patients may have upwards of 10 prescriptions. They generally don't remember them all.
And when it comes to holding sheriff's deputies or jail staff accountable for the deaths behind bars, Sheriff Martinez says she inherited an issue she's working to address.
I did, however, have oversight and authority over our homicide team that did take that case to the DA's office. So if there's staff that are culpable in any of the deaths that occur in our facility, we will hold people accountable.
None of us are protected from losing our lives in custody, even if we are detained or arrested for the wrong thing.
Yusuf Miller with the North County Equity and Justice Coalition says they have been fighting for more screening, scrutiny, and transparency for years when it comes to the San Diego County Sheriff's Office. His suggestion?
I would love to hear that all staff and deputy are being scanned for drugs as they're entering the jails.
Activists also say that they have been trying to meet with Sheriff Martinez as a group with families impacted by in-custody deaths since November of 2022. Sheriff Martinez says she wants to meet with each of those families individually, but the activist group says they remain committed to coming together as a group. They still haven't had a date set for that meeting. Reporting live for CBS 8, I'm Kirsten Holmes. Back to you.
Kirsten, Sheriff Martinez highlighted some programs that have seen success in our local jails when it comes to keeping inmates from reoffending and re-entering custody. Did you learn anything about those today?
Yeah, one of the most interesting things I heard about was the gardening program. Sheriff Martinez said it specifically provides evidence-based services to reduce recidivism and increase public safety.
All right, Kirsten, thank you very much. Kirsten Holmes live for us today on this ongoing topic for us here in San Diego. Kirsten, thank you.
Still ahead tonight, the San Diego neighborhood seeing the most catalytic converter thefts.
Plus, it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Morning after cleanup gets underway at our beaches after the 4th of July party ends.
All right, talking about 4th of July, we had a lot of sunshine right along the coast. We also saw some sunshine for today, a little bit of some stubborn cloud cover here and there. But hey, as we go into the rest of the week, we're talking about some passing clouds and slightly cooler temperatures. Details ahead.
And up next, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria is here to answer your questions. Stick around.